Hello students, welcome to this video that will explain to you what you need to do in this first assignment of your research project. As you have already known that in this class you will be completing a semester-long research project utilizing an ABA single case design to evaluate the effectiveness of an intervention in relation to an identified target behavior. Submitting your research topic approval form to gain my approval is the start of this project. The purpose of this form is to help students begin early thinking what they will do in the research project they will complete by the end of this course. This gives me an idea of the issue or problem we'll be working on and gain them my approval. Here are what I am suggesting you consider doing in this assignment. First, identify and briefly describe your research subject or participant. This is a single subject research, and student must select one subject who is available and whom you can easily meet with anytime you need to collect data. This research project is designed to demonstrate your practical knowledge and skills in conducting single subject design research from beginning to end. Do not use someone for whom you are currently or have previously provided professional services, for example, a client, from your job, as this would require full approval from the Human Subject Review Board, HSRB, and your job's Institutional Review Board, IRB, a process we do not have enough time to complete. Additionally, and most importantly, you are not clinically licensed to provide therapy at this time. For this reason, your research subject or participant should be a peer, friend, or family member. Second, identify and briefly describe your dependent variable or target behavior for research project. A target behavior or dependent variable is a behavior you are aiming to change, also known as the dependent variable in single subject research. Examples may include, but are not limited to, excess weight, obsession with phone or social media use, or the amount of time spent exercising each day. So in this assignment, identify and briefly describe just one target behavior for your research project. Please do not choose a behavior that requires a therapeutic intervention, such as substance abuse, depression, anxiety, etc. Third, identify and briefly describe your independent variable or intervention for your research project. This independent variable is an intervention you will utilize to determine its effectiveness in changing, increasing, or decreasing the target behavior you identified or selected. Please identify and briefly describe clearly one intervention you will utilize to determine its effectiveness in changing your identified target behavior. Also, select a very simple intervention. An example of intervention might be abstinence, restraining from eating candies, reducing sugar consumption, exercising to minimize excess weight, etc. Fourth, after identifying your target behavior, dependent variable, and intervention, independent variable, please use the information to formulate and state your research topic. Your research topic must be clearly stated and contain your two variables: target behavior, dependent variable, and intervention, independent variable. An example of research topic in a single subject research might be a single subject design study testing the effectiveness of exercise in reducing excess weight. In this stated research topic, the target behavior dependent variable is excess weight, the behavior or condition that you are aiming to change or reduce. An intervention independent variable is exercise the intervention or strategy you are using to effect change on your target behavior. Fifth, identify and briefly describe how you plan to record your target behavior. That is the method you will use to track changes in the behavior. Examples of methods you can utilize include frequency recording, rate recording, inter-observer agreement, and many others. Please refer to and thoroughly read Chapter 3 of Richards et al., 2017. Sixth, identify and discuss any barriers or issues that might arise during the process of measuring, recording, or tracking changes in the behavior, and explain how you plan to control or address these issues. You can read Chapter 4 of Richards et al., 2017, on issues in single subject research to help you answer this question correctly. Finally, develop and state one research question and two hypotheses, null and alternative, that you aim to answer at the end of your research. This must be clear and measurable. Please refer to the Module 1 Reading Materials folder for articles on how to develop a single subject research question and hypothesis. Both your research question and hypothesis must be clear and measurable. To conclude this video, I would like to suggest not to overthink this research project. Just keep it simple, but maintain academic master's level writing standard. The goal is to help you understand how to evaluate whether a service or interventions you provide to clients as a social worker are effective and the processes involved when doing that. Also, please follow instructions to complete this form. If you are asked to identify or describe, just do that. And if you are asked to identify and describe, do both. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions or concerns.